What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Inconsequential Souls. So today I'm just doing an hour of Farron Greatsword. I freaking love this weapon. It's like the best thing ever. Just need to somehow get this lag under control, and then I should be good to go. Anyhow, so let me explain myself. So y'all probably wondering why it is that I disappeared for a while. Alright, so I've kind of addressed it before in other videos, but I started like working out more, changing my diet up, and just generally just getting to a healthier point in my life. So I've been taking like health and exercise and all that really seriously. So that's kind of taken up a portion of my time. Then of course, summer's on its way, and there's like a bunch of pool parties and stuff, and I want to show off like all my results. So yeah, it's just me basically taking advantage of my new look, and then there's a lot of beautiful women out. So I've kind of been a little bit distracted, talking to the beautiful women, going to the lovely pool parties, having a great time. Just enjoying life outside of video games. But unfortunately, video games and going outside don't mesh because you can't play video games when you're outside, going to pool parties and talking to girls. So, my channel has suffered from it. So I humbly apologize. I won't promise that won't change because I'm sorry, but it's like I like girls more than I like video games. It's pretty close. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it is pretty close, but yeah, the female is always gonna win over the CPU. I'm sorry. That's just how I'm built. I can't help it. I'm so sorry. But what I decided to do is take one of my older characters, Anti-Shape Fasako, and take them out for a test drive. Yeah, it's like I've been away for a while, so I didn't realize that this was the Wild Wild West all over again. But man, this is the Wild Wild West. Like people, like I understand, people were always cheating. Like I used to always complain about it, but it's just like the cheating now is just, like it's just terrible. Like I've fought people who bow to you and all that, and then when they die, they resurrect and then stab you. It's insane. I don't even know if I got footage of that. Like, it was so bad. But to be honest, I'm gonna be totally honest, and it's not that I support cheating or whatever, but I don't care. Like, I'm sorry. I know I was an advocate, anti-cheat player and like channel, and I represented like I guess everything that I hate about cheating or whatever. I don't even know how to word it. I don't care. Like it's one of the things, like there's more important things in life than Dark Souls. Oh, blasphemy, right? Yeah, it's blasphemy. But it's just how I feel, man. It's like it's just a game at the end of the day. I don't care. Like, as long as nobody's wiping my saves and all that, like, who cares, man? So, basically, this is me just kind of going through the game, having a good time. Not really caring, about rank and stuff. If somebody wants to fight that bad, or they want to use lag, or hit you from 2 miles, like, I just give it to them. Like, it's one of the things, like, if somebody wants to fight me, I'll fight them. But if they want to win, alright, earn it. But if they don't want to earn it, it's one thing's like, here, take it. I really don't care. And that's basically that's the stance I've been taking. Like, I don't care, man. Like, I know and don't get me wrong, I still like doing, the stuff on my channel, but it's just like, all of the stuff that I used to take so seriously before, if I'm being, okay, so let me be honest, so I'm going to be completely honest. I kind of felt like I was taking Dark Souls, and just video games, period, and trying to fill inadequacies in my life, or voids, in an unhealthy way. That's what I think I was doing. And so I was so passionate about Dark Souls. And don't get me wrong, I still really like this game, or I would be playing it. It's just that I was committing to it in an unhealthy way. You know, it's just like, it's a game. It's not gonna love me back. You know, it's just a video game, man. It's owned by a Japanese gaming company who's never met me before. You know, and you know, I like the series. I want to see it grow. I've contributed my just due to it. I've spoken I've talked my talk. I've spoken my words. You know, I've put up guides. It's one of the things where it's just like, this is the last installment in the series, and it's just like, just gonna have fun with it, man. Like, that's one of the things I'm thinking about hackers. It's just like, I be thinking like, we want to think they're pathetic, but I'm thinking they're probably just people who just want to have fun. Now, again, this isn't like me suddenly getting on the hacking side. It's one of the things like, it's not a big deal. Like, as long as your saves don't get wiped, you know, who cares, man? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel different. I'm sorry if I sound like a traitor and all that. Like, I'm so sorry. It's just like, just being honest. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I don't even care anymore, man. Like, it's just a game at the end of the day. So. But yes, that's why I've been gone for so long. Pool parties, workout, exercise, dieting, and women. All things have taken up a lot of my time. And, you know, spending time with my friends and stuff. Like, doing the stuff in life that really matters. So, not that Dark Souls doesn't matter. Dark Souls matters too. Just not as much as women and pool parties and exercise and my friends. You know, still like Dark Souls, but, you know, not more than those things. So, anyhow, now that I explained myself, let's talk about this Farron Greatsword. This thing's amazing. Now, unfortunately, this is the result of being in the arena until I got gold rank. Most of these people have adapted to this weapon, so I don't get to do a lot of the really cool stuff. Well, I mean, I didn't record any really cool stuff that I was doing. And I feel kind of bad about it because it was really cool looking. Like countering Oni Slayer with the little somersault attack that you do after doing 2 R1s or 2, I think it's either L1s or L2s. I don't remember. Whichever is the weapon art. Yeah, that little somersault. I was countering Oni Slayer with that. It was great. Like, it just was really anime looking, and I was having a blast. But now that everyone's adapted, this is basically me just trying to be effective. And I could say to myself that it's not as entertaining to watch as it was in the beginning when you would see somebody get totally decimated. But I think this is a more honest approach where now you're getting to see what it's like fighting people who've seen this weapon used over and over again, and them trying to counter it and me trying to counter them. It's the more honest fight, but it's not the most entertaining. So I don't apologize, because this is what actually needs to be seen, as opposed to just, oh, look how good I am at PvP. Like, nah, let's be honest. Yeah, like I said, like, I ain't care, man. Like, just like, he got me. I mean, he really didn't, but, you know, I don't care, man. At the end of the day, I just wanted to have a good time, and I've been enjoying this weapon. So let's discuss it. One of the things this weapon can counter, which makes it unique from other greatswords, is quickstep. I know there's some really good greatsword users who used to give me a really hard time when I was using quickstep. It was the Black Knight's greatsword, I believe, and I think it's that weapon he has right there. The one that has the little spin-a-rooney attack. I think that's it. I'm thinking maybe the Farron Greatsword would have been a problem for me as well, but I think I've pretty much beaten that one a lot. So I don't know. I'm thinking that the Farron, the Great Farron Sword, I think that's what it's called. I think that one might be better. Um, not judging it weapon to weapon, but better against a quick step uh, user. And I'm thinking mostly because if you catch the person, um, you're highly rewarded for it. So it's one of the things where it's like, yeah, see, that's one of the hardest things about that weapon is its phantom range. Like, but if you catch me when I'm doing quick step with that phantom range, it does basically bonus damage and on top of the hit stun. So usually if they hit me once, it's enough to go ahead and close the match up. So it's dangerous because it's mostly like a cleanup weapon. Like once you get that one hit, you'll wipe me off the map. And of course, it doesn't help that the assassin has low vitality. Now this isn't to compare the assassin to this anti-shade Visago. It's just that just making an observation between the two types of weapons. So now that one for that. See, that's another thing that's tough is like the phantom range is so weird that it's kind of hard to time. Like I could probably attack right when the window of opportunity is available, and I probably could have cleaned up that fight. But sometimes the hitboxes linger, and it's one of the things like it's so annoying, but not super frustrating like it used to be. So. But yeah, man, I've been having a blast ever since then. I really like this character, and I'm thinking about adding something else to. Oh boy, yep, I've been having to deal with that all day. But of course, I adapt. That's one of the biggest things you're supposed to do in this game is you're supposed to adapt. So I was like, okay, all right, I see what's happening here. So now I'm gonna have to play super careful. Oh yeah, this fight was interesting. Because I didn't know that the flame spit thing on this had hyper armor on it. So when I found that out, that was pretty interesting. Yeah, see, you just took it. That was crazy. I didn't know. Huh. Now I see why it's good though. Yeah, it's like I can't say most people don't use it. I just say I haven't seen it a lot. So, yeah, he makes that weapon look really good. Like I had absolutely no idea. Yeah, I was gonna keep trying to counter that thing, but it's sort of like it has like massive hit stun. Like I don't know. Maybe that's true for all pyromancies and spells and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, that thing's really good for some reason. Huh. I don't know. But I was just being super aggressive as well, so I don't know. It's just I thought my hyper armor would beat out that flamethrower, but it really didn't. Like, I was getting stopped every single time. Oh boy. But yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, I just been having a blast with it. This weapon, yeah, it's good at countering quick step. That's one thing. Quick step users cannot contend with this weapon at all. And I know that that's one weakness that a lot of great weapons have. This one does not. It will completely destroy quick step users. Like, yeah, that thing was weird. But I don't know. I guess so. My point was, I don't know players, but I went up against players who have given me a hard time, even though I've used quick step against them. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, see that hyper armor though. Oh boy. Oh well. Yeah, that hyper armor on that took a great sword shot, man. Wow, that's really good. But yeah, there's people who've given me a hard time. So so I would assume most players would say that quick step is the bane of great weapons because rolls are already good. So I can only imagine having the option to also quick step would probably be a big problem. But I don't know, like with this weapon, like I don't care about quick step at all. Like it's like you got two options, you know, either you can try to clean up the fight. That was so disappointing. Yeah, you can try to clean up the fight with your little dagger, or we can remain in neutral all day. But the thing is like when I get a hit, it hurts. When you get one, you know, it does a little chunk of damage, but you can't pressure me. That's the thing. Farron, this, oh, did I just call the other one the Farron Greatsword? The old Wolf Greatsword. Okay, that's what it's called. I'm sorry. I'm correcting myself now. I know it's probably way too late in the video to be doing that, but yeah, I'm just correcting myself. But yeah, I think it's the old Wolf Greatsword. So, yeah, I have the Farron Greatsword. I don't know why I called that other one the Farron Greatsword, but whatever. But yeah, you cannot pressure this weapon at all. And it's mostly like, see, this is me making an observation because, of course, I had to fight with lag. But I'm taking into consideration the fact that, like, I can parry if I want to. Like, I just wasn't using my tools. Like, because I'm not very good at parrying. And I probably should practice since I've been using this weapon a lot. But yeah, you can't pressure nobody with this weapon. Like, you can parry, you can do the L2 or L1, I don't remember what it is, the L1, L2 roll attack, which is a little faster than the normal roll to switch up the speed of the attack. Like, this thing has options. And then, if all else fails, for every R1 you do, you can always, you know, go back to neutral using the weapon art. So, I don't know, man. Like, I don't see how, you know... Oh, this is me. I'm coming back. Yeah, I don't see how any quick step weapon can really see the Farron Greatsword. Like, just two different leagues. I feel like it's a hard counter. I mean, unless somebody's really good at dodging, like, mine is free. Like, no matter how you look at it, my weapons art is free. They're using focus points, and if they do manage to hit me, you know, it's going to be okay, but they can't pressure me. You see what I'm saying? Because I can always parry, and I could always pull out the weapon art, you know, off of an R1. So it's like, there's no advantage that they have at all. This weapon's just that good. But yeah, this is me basically adapting to this. Oh boy, look at that. So I'm just adapting. I'm like, okay, and that's how we're gonna play. Let's do it. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, he didn't die. Oof. I thought he was dead on that one. But yeah, I pretty much closed this up. Like, I know how to kill most people, you know, with this weapon now. Absolutely love it. So basically, you just see me go on a rampage to get my ranking back because I got dropped in rank pretty severely. But I make a comeback later on. So there's that. Okay, so for the future of this channel, I'll just be honest with you all. I don't know. I don't know. I want to do other stealth playthroughs. I want to do ninja arts. Definitely on my to-do list. And I want to do a different type of rogue. I've had a rogue sitting around, a brigand. I've kind of used that character for invading only, but I'm thinking about taking that character a little bit more seriously, using the Millwood Great Axe. Because the Bandit Axe was cool, but I don't know, like for low levels, I kind of feel like you should commit. You know, like you should have something that gets a bonus of all strength, all dex, all int, or just like, yeah, just plain go for, is that a summon sign? In the background here. What is that? Is that a summon sign? I didn't even notice that until just now. Oh, okay. Yeah. But, Yeah, so, and then of course the weapon art's a lot more usable. Like, I've always thought Warcry was cool, but for multiple opponents, I kind of feel like the Millwood version where you actually stun the opponent by running into them, and it gives you an opportunity to get some guaranteed damage if it lands properly. I think that's just better than that little burst. Like I would say for the original, and I'm not saying to change it. Like I'm not suggesting any of that. I'm just saying the original weapon art, Warcry, before the Millwood Great Axe came for most of the weapons, the radius for that was kind of like eh. And it wasn't bad, but it's just like with the Millwood Great Axe, it's sort of like the range is a little better. And when I say little, I actually mean a lot. I mean, it's a lot better. And then, of course, you can knock people off cliffs with it. Knock them into other enemies, knock them, into next week. Like, it's so useful. And the regular weapon art just kind of, I mean, it doesn't even have the knockback effect, I believe, of something like the roar from I'm not saying it should, but the roar from the newer shields, like the oh boy, yeah. Here's the Millwood Great Axe. Now I'm talking about it, or not Great Axe, just Axe. See, look how useful that is. I was completely out of harm's way, and like he still got me, like because of the rush. Like, I love that weapon, man. It would be really cool to use. Oh boy, see that? Yeah, I need that weapon in my life. Yeah, that would be really good with my brigand. And then, okay, so I guess I'll explain. So the character was supposed to just be cosplaying a brigand with the items that get picked up in the Road of Sacrifice, where you get the brigand set, the bandit axe, and the bandit daggers. That character was supposed to be based off of using those weapons. And then I also had the Oni Slayer bow, for ranged options. So it's sort of like it was a legit brigand who was like an all-in-one, where usually you would have brigands with positions, and you'd have your archer, and then you'd have your I was gonna call them melee guys, but your foot soldiers and all that. People who have fulfilled different roles. But that character is like an all-in-one because you can't guarantee a squad. So what I did is I kind of just let the bow speak for itself at the time, and this was before the Millwood Great Bow was a thing. So, yeah, with the Millwood Great Bow being a thing, and just better at low levels, and more effective because of the exploding the exploding bolts, which so useful, man. It's useful in the same way that the new Warcry is useful. Like, there are so many instances where you can instantly kill someone, and it not even be on purpose. You can just instantly kill them because they were at the wrong place at the wrong time. You need little stuff like that during an invasion because, I mean, you can't guarantee wins with skill every time because a lot of times you die because of luck. You win because of luck. More luck is always a good thing. Like, I don't see why. You shouldn't have it. So the Millwood Great Bow being better, for that character in every way, it only made sense for me to move more towards strength. But then I would have to justify the brigand twin daggers, and I really couldn't. So that weapon kind of just disappeared. Unfortunately. I really like the quick step on there, and I really wanted to use them, but if I'm being honest, like, I've seen players who are much better than me with that weapon anyway, so I won't be missed. I mean, I would say like the biggest problem I would say that I've had with that weapon is like problems with lag. I don't know. Like, I would say honestly, and this isn't arrogance. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, trust me. Like, I'm not here for it like I used to be. But it's sort of like most of the time I was having problems with that weapon. It was because the person I was playing I couldn't get away from because the range that they had was double what it should be, and I was getting caught on rolls when I was recovering, and it stunned me and it allowed the opponent to keep their rush down game on. You know, and it's like, if that's how that weapon works, it's like, doesn't feel very Dark Souls-ish to me, but whatever. You know, not critiquing it, I'm just saying. It's just like an observation, man. So I won't be missed. Like, I don't think I attributed anything unique or interesting with that weapon. Like, it's pretty straightforward. I'm pretty sure there's some techniques you can get with it, but it's like, to a dedicated build, it's sort of like, I just would rather go for the crits. I kind of feel like, you know, quick steps is for critting. You know, and I understand, like, I've had plenty of videos where, oh boy, that's what I be talking about. But yeah, I've had plenty of video where, oh, okay, so hold on, I think we get to see an example of what I mean. Oh, alright. But yeah, I've done plenty of video where, I wasn't able to get the backstab, and you would just see me quick step my opponent to death with the little jabs and pokes. That's cool and everything, but it always puts you at risk for getting parried for chip damage. So it's sort of like, but then on the flip side, parrying was balanced a little bit better. So I don't know. This was all pre-patch. So this is just observations I was making when we still had the imbalances and stuff. So it's like, I don't know, man. I never felt. Oh, and that's another thing I forgot to bring. Oh, there it is. Yeah, but I forgot to bring it up. Yeah, this Farron Greatsword is really easy to parry, obviously, because I noticed right after, you know, I got my gold, and this is about that time, everybody started pulling out some kind of parrying, some kind of parrying thing, and I would say maybe midway towards the a lot of the fights, I was getting parried consistently, man. The only thing that was saving me was the fact that I finally have a character that has a large health pool, so I wouldn't die instantly. But it's like, it was so painful. I had to learn how to be a little bit more creative with this weapon because it's easy to parry somehow. Like I was thinking that, okay, so this is a perfect example. So now I'm just like, okay, you can't pressure me, man. Let me go ahead and show you what this is all about. Boom. Trade. Can't pressure me, man. Now, see, that's the thing about weapons like that. It's like people are so used to having that false range that you see how he tried to trade with me from the distance he was. Like, that's insane. Like, that thing doesn't have good range like that. Boom. Oh, see, he got me relying on lag, but I just said, nah, I'll go ahead and just go back to neutral. Like, I have no problem with that. But yeah, he can't pressure me. Like, as you can see, like, I have the upper hand no matter what he does. See, he's got to move. Yeah, see, he's so used to having that. But I make sure that it's completely unsafe for him, and then I back up. So, you know, I mean, he still obviously has lag to his advantage, but it doesn't matter because each and every time, yeah, see, I always back up. Yeah, because each and every time, it's just like, when I get the hits back, you know, when we either trade or, yep, there it is. Yeah, when we either trade or I force him to go back to neutral, I'm going to win in the trade or I'm going to win out in damage. So for every little bit of chip he does, for every solid hit I get, right back to neutral. So, can't pressure me, man. And that, I will say that is the last time that I see a dagger weapon used against me. Like, it's now this is funny because I'm glad more people are using a split leaf greatsword. I believe that's what it is because, man, when I first started recording, well, not recording, but when I first started using the Farron Greatsword until I got gold ranking, I absolutely was destroying the split leaf greatsword. So basically, the techniques that you're seeing them use against me now were the techniques I was using against them with the Farron Greatsword. So it's really funny, like, how people adapt. I think I'll win this fight anyway. Now, I don't absolutely destroy him like I used to destroy the split leaf greatsword because they've adapted to me, but you get to kind of see a glimpse of like how it is that I counter that weapon. Yeah, it's not that hard. because it's like most people are so determined to do, I think, that one combo that it's like a R1 into yeah, weapon art, and it's just like it's not safe against the Farron Greatsword. Like, yep, there it is, boom, boom. Yep, not safe. Like, and that's funny. A lot of things are simply not safe. Like, okay, so for example, I have a really hard time with a Stora's Greatsword, but when I think about it, I really shouldn't because I can just parry it. You know, the weapon art. But it's just like because I'm not good at it, and you know most people know that because when they fight you after a while, it's like, how come this guy never does this or that? Oh, he must not be good, and so of course they'll do and abuse the weapon arts, and I'm just getting hit with it like a dummy because I don't know how to parry. But once I get my parrying down, like that'll be another option. You'll see where can't be pressured, man. This thing is great. It's just I'm not very good with it though. Like I think my standing offense to get in, you know, and get some nice clean hits is pretty great. My reaction time with it, especially the weapon art, is really good sometimes. But I would say the best thing with me with this weapon is predicting what people are going to do. And I think that's kind of where this weapon shines, is if you can predict your opponent. So, yeah, that's basically what you see me doing. It's just like, yep, I can predict where you're going to go, what you're going to do, and how you're going to do it. Yeah, like I didn't think I had him that time. And there it is. That's a wrap. Now this is me just solidifying my position. Like, I kind of feel like once you go gold, you got to keep it. So, but yeah, man, it's best time that I've had in a while. I don't have to run from everyone. It's really fun, man. Like, and yeah, that's another thing too, is I noticed that a lot of Farron's Legion cosplays like a lot. I mean, I've seen people use the top and the hat or the helmet with like other things. Oh boy, slip and slide, buddy. Yeah, I've seen them use it with other things, but like the full set, I haven't seen that since like the beginning days, man. Like, I don't even think I have the footage up. I might. I don't think I do, but I don't think I have the footage up of where I was running into these guys. But it used to be so common back then that it kind of just faded away. Oh boy, yeah. See, that's how bad it is. Like sometimes people can hit you whilst you're recovering. I've never been able to do that. Like I'm gonna just be totally honest with you. Like my opponents have always been able to roll away before I can do any damage to them. Aha! Yeah, this one was funny. I took a screenshot of this and posted it on Steam. But yeah, it's the wild, wild west out here, bruh. Like, I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, it was just so common. But I'm glad I'm in the space I'm in now, because it's like, to me, it's not a big deal. It's sort of like, eh. And it's funny, you know, like I can actually laugh now. Surprise! Ba-bow! Like I was so taken aback. I was like, what is going on? Who is this guy? And it starts to all make sense the longer I stay in this world. But yeah, oh, and that's another thing too. I can say, when I've had the Farron Greatsword, and I went up against somebody else who had one too, they cannot beat me with that weapon. I kind of feel like I use it better than most people, which is kind of surprising because you would think, since most people are way better at parrying than me, that they would be better, but it's just not the case, man. When it comes to offense, like, I'm top tier with this weapon, and I plan on improving it even more. Like, I'm going to spend a lot of time with this greatsword, because I kind of feel like, I won't say I mastered the assassin, but I kind of feel like the assassin is reaching its peak, and until somehow lag is less of an issue, the assassin's going to continue to have problems because it goes against all of the conventional rules where it's important to have high vitality, it's important to have high stamina, you know, it's important to be min-maxed. You know, it's sort of like that character doesn't obey any of those rules. So it's like, yeah, that character doesn't obey any of those rules. So it's sort of like, yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, because it doesn't obey those rules, it's like with the introduction to lag and, you know, hitboxes being crazy, it's like the assassin can die when it shouldn't. Like, I would say there's no padding for that character. Like, even if I don't make a mistake, I can still end up paying for it. So it's sort of like that's kind of where that character is right now. Not that I'm not still doing things wrong. I would say there's probably some stuff that I can improve with the assassin to make it a little bit of a better character. But like I said, until lag is less terrible and stuff, I'll just be honest and say I wouldn't recommend it to another person. Yeah, and I would say, like, a lot of people critique my videos, saying that they're boring and they're not very fun to watch, and they don't like my play style and anybody can do it type thing. I'm kind of at the point now where I'm just like, I mean, you might have a point, because it's sort of like I've reached the peak with that character. Like, until fights are much cleaner, like, it's gonna continue to be, I would say, a 70-30 character. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. It's one of the things. Sometimes I'll lose, like, back to back, and you know why. Like, anyone who's seen my videos knows why that is. So I don't have to repeat myself. But it's like, it's not gonna change, I don't think. I'm kind of at the point where when I've been playing this character, I think the only weakness was the fact that, like, I'm not very good with greatswords, and I need to practice with them. But I kind of think, like, once I get it down, it's really hard to lose with this character, unless I just do something completely dumb. It's really easy to lose with the assassin, and I'm not surprised most people don't appreciate that, because their first thought is probably put more points into vitality and stamina, dummy. You know, because it's not worth it, you know, for the amount of time that you lose fights. And, you know, at this point, I would have argued with them, and I'm just like, you know what? You're probably right. I mean, you have a really good point. Like, I probably should just play a character with more vitality and who just obeys the rules. And here you have it. Now, this wasn't on purpose, mind you. I've always wanted to use the Farron Greatsword because I thought it was really cool. It's just that there was supposed to be this covenant against the Bloodshades called the Anti-Shades. And this character was just happened to use that weapon. And, oh boy, this was such a tough fight. Like, I felt so bad for him. So I was like, oh, you're not getting out of here, man. You're done. And I believe I had the Night Slayer ring on too. Maybe. I don't think I did. Yeah, if I did, it would have been a wrap anyway. But yeah, I think he just kind of panicked. But had I had that ring on, it didn't matter what he did. It was over. Once I didn't fall over that cliff for some reason. And that's funny because I usually never get that lucky. That guy just had bad luck because that never happens to me. Like, if something can kill me, it usually will. So looking back on that, I'm kind of surprised at how lucky I got. Speaking of luck, yeah, there's one invasion. You're going to see this one guy get so lucky so many times. It's crazy. Like, I've never seen a person with that much luck. in their life. Like, he used up all of his luck in Dark Souls, and that man's never gonna win the lottery. So he should have just saved that luck for the lotto ticket, man. Oh, see, look at oh, more luck. All right, so look, you know what? I'm gonna stop complaining, because that was pretty freaking lucky right there. Like, yeah, I think I'll take another snapshot here. Yeah, man, I've been getting pretty lucky. Okay, so I guess like when you're in the thick of it, you don't really notice. But yeah, that was just me taking a screenshot. But yeah, I guess you don't really notice it when it's happening. You kind of just accept it. But you think that's lucky? Wait till you see this one guy. Like, we almost kill him, I think, like 3 times. And he was down to pixel health. And he was within Farron Greatsword. Like, he was inside the cyclone. And all 3 times, I believe. Maybe even it was a time when he was about to die to somebody else. But there's 3 times, I believe, he was in the cyclone. And it did that thing where it would connect. But it connected to his invincibility frame. So you would see blood shoot out, but no damage taken. Oh, so frustrating, man. We planned and everything. And then I think I actually ended up dying in the end too, which really made me sad. But, this is Dark Souls, you know. Gotta roll with the punches. Like, things like that happen all the time, so it's no use crying about it. Yeah, I also think it's kind of cool how you can change the landscape, you know, of a game. Now, I could have sworn you ran over there. Okay. So this is the part where we do, like, the whole ladder thing. This guy was so good at ladder trolling. It was so frustrating. Like, I had no idea how to respond to this. Because it's mostly because the rope firebombs and stuff don't work how I thought they did. Like, I was so excited about those when they first came out in Dark Souls 3, but they don't work anything like how I thought. Like, they have this really weird arc, and because like the way like latency works in this game, like, I don't know, like, it's hardly ever as useful as it should be. I don't know. At this point, I don't have any suggestions for them. I won't say that they're totally useless. Like, they give you some options, but like not for what you would think they'd be for. You know, after so many Dark Souls games and like having obvious stuff to counter, you know, people, and then having such long ladders like these, like, I don't know. I was kind of hoping that they worked a little different. You know, not to critique them or anything. They're not bad items. They just don't get as much play, you know, as I'd like to see. Definitely funny, but like I said, even using it like standard, where you just kind of throw it behind you to get that damage on your opponent. A lot of times, even when I see like people who are much better than me at this game use it, like, it's usually a trade that's like a troll. It's like not really the best option, because usually the person gets hit and then like there's kind of latency, so sometimes it'll blow up and then not even hit anybody. Like, I don't know, like it just didn't come out like how I thought. Now it's nice for a backstab setups and stuff. Those are all ATs in my opinions. Those are player made ATs. Like, I don't think the developers went into this game saying, oh, you know, it has that stun, so it'll allow you to set up for parries, guard breaks, and all kinds of other cool stuff. I was like, nah, they weren't thinking that. I'm not gonna even try to give them that type of credit. But this ladder battle was so stupid. And he actually pulled it off. See, I forgot how to jump off ladders at this point. I don't even remember. boy, that's like a guarantee, huh? Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to see what happened there. Yeah, some people are just good at that ladder thing. Like, I think maybe if I studied the principles of it, it would make sense. Because I thought all you had to do is hit a person several times and they would fall off. And then I've done that before to like NPC phantoms and they didn't. So I was like, wait a minute. So why is it usually for me, if somebody hits me 3 times, it's a wrap. Almost all the time. So I'm not sure. Yeah, like see how he's like kind of winning. Yeah, like I don't get it. Yeah, see, I'm even getting hit. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. But then, okay, so yeah, then there was this thing that it has to do with stamina, and I've like watched somebody like run full sprint to a ladder, start climbing it, and then I followed right behind them, and I just didn't let up, and I started hitting and hitting and hitting like every time we climbed, and then they started hitting like I would say whilst I was hit 3 hits in, and we just kept trading, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna win this, and I still lost. I have no idea. I have no idea at all. But I'm definitely no fool for this ladder thing. Like, I'm at the point now where I can't beat ladder cheese, but I'm definitely not gonna fall victim to it. Like, I've just seen it way too many times, so I know how to avoid it. And I can never remember how to kick or punch. Like, I know how to punch, I believe, most of the time, but it's just like when it comes to kicking and stuff, like I can never remember what button it is. Oh, yeah, this is the part where I was like, you're in trouble, buddy. Yeah, this goes to show you, like, when it comes to the Farron Greatsword, man, I'm unmatched. I just knew, I was like, yeah, you're gonna die down here, buddy. Yep, he's like, I'm out of here. You better run. Cheap shot. Had to get my little cheap shot in. But yeah, I kind of feel like he knew. He's like, yeah, nah, I'm not seeing him with this weapon. Nope, you're not, buddy. Oh, and if I remember how to plunge, I'd have did it. But yeah, yeah. See, 3 hits. Yeah, I'm still up. I'm like, yeah. See, he's really good at ladder cheese. Like, there's not a lot of people that I know that could have made those 3. Well, those 2 other throws. He got them right on the mark. If my health was like lower, I'd have died there. But I don't know a whole lot of people can pull that off. So yeah, he's been practicing that. But yeah, I don't know if it's just this area particularly where it's like a den for cheaters, or it motivates that type of cheating, but I can't say that that's the same problem that I've had in Dark Souls 2 when I would go to like the Belfry Towers. Okay, so this is the thing. So I would say the Moon Tower wasn't really that bad. You would just have a lot of really bad lag there, where it kind of made the fights unplayable. I would say maybe in the Solar Belfry, under, or I say on top of Iron Keep, that's probably where I would say that's probably where most of the cheaters used to kind of yeah, that's where they say they kind of hang out for the most part. I don't know. But yeah, I need to hurry up and just finish up Thief Arts. Close that series up in a nice little bow so it can serve its purpose, and then move on to other Dark Souls, I don't know, type of content. Like, I'm thinking I might do a series like this, like 1 hour of, and it'd be gameplay with a weapon to kind of showcase, I guess, how other players use it compared to how I use it. So, and okay, so yeah, I wanted to make this character a dark wraith, but I ended up like deciding to just stick with the anti-shade because it was actually pretty fun. Like I forgot how fun the Farron Greatsword actually was. And so when I was using it to try to get more souls so I can reach 120, I was like, you know what? I actually want to keep this weapon. I actually changed my armor to Dark Wraith armor and all of that, but yeah, I decided to go ahead and keep it. So now this character has like 2 dark hands waiting for them that aren't going to get used. And if I want to make a Dark Wraith character, I have to you have to start fresh. So, and I guess that's cool because then I can just name the character. Yeah, I can just name them something else rather than Anti-Shade or Saga. So, it's just that I don't really have time. Like that's the crazy part. Like I hardly have time to level up the characters that I actually play a lot. This one I got lucky because he was really strong, and it was really easy to kill like a lot of invaders and stuff at Pontiff when we used to do PvP and all that. But yeah, I kind of just stopped playing this character for a while. So, oh, you wanna mess with me? Come on, let's go, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Gray Swords ain't seeing this weapon, man. This thing is so good. Yeah, see ya. Yeah, nobody was seeing me with this weapon. It was funny. I was talking to some people in on another channel. Like this, I talked about this like before. Yeah, and I was saying how I had cleaned out a Fight Club, I think three times over actually, and there was like this whole challenge of like winning, I would say like 40 something plus matches in a row with this weapon, or just with any character at all. And I was thinking with the what was it? The Valor Heart. I was about to call it the Lion Heart. Yeah, with the Valor Heart, I would think that would be a little easier. But I think most of those wins, and it's like I keep telling people, most of those wins happened because like the people weren't ready for me. Like when I came in, you know, I can't say this weapon wasn't being used a lot, but people weren't using it the way I was using it. So when I was killing all those people, it's just that they had to adapt. So I didn't, you know, I wasn't trying to say, oh, good at Dark Souls. I was just letting people know that I thought it was kind of strange how after I killed like that Fight Club like 3 times over, how I would get people in the Cyclone, and I was talking about this before, and it's like it wasn't capturing them. Like I would get them with the initial part, and this was before they even improved Hyper Armor too and Poise, and like I would get them with that part, and then they would be able to guaranteed roll away. And then sometimes I would hit them with both parts of the Cyclone. They would be standing inside the Cyclone and not taking any damage, and then roll away like seconds later after I took damage. So it was really weird. Like I've seen people negate damage and then follow up with an attack, and then after they're done, yeah, they would take damage like mysteriously, like after the fact. But the reason that I thought it was kind of weird was that it was happening consistently. Like it wasn't something like it was a once every so often thing. Like it was happening consistently, and I just thought it was kind of weird how it matched up perfectly with people not being able to handle this weapon. So I was like, how do I go from people having a really difficult time dealing with Farron Greatsword to not being able to beat anybody for the wrong reasons? Like it's not, it's, you know, it's like it's not the same as if they were just countering it. It's like even when I was countering them, they still had the ability to get out of the attack. Now the thing is, it's like if there was a whole toggle escape thing going on, that's totally fine. Not against it. You know, if you can do it, do it. If it's not a exploit or a hack, if you can toggle escape, toggle escape. What I thought was strange is how it wasn't like that. Like I should have been hitting them like a lot of times, and I have footage of it. I think it's called cheaters. Hold on, I can actually find it right now. Yeah, it's one of my videos. I think it's called like cheaters, new weapon animations. It's when I was basically discussing like all of the really new stuff we were getting. Now, we've always been getting updates, but it was like, I think the first really big update that we got in Dark Souls 3. And I wanted to talk about it. Okay, so... Okay, no, that's not it. I was about to lead you to the wrong one. That's not it at all. Now, I'm thinking with this particular... Okay, so it's called DLC weapons, animations, and cheaters. Okay, so it's the DLC weapons one. That was like 7 months ago that I talked about that. So when this video is going to get released, so yeah. And also, just to let you know how busy like I've been, like, and not busy as in like doing work. Like I have been, working, but it's just like how I've been kind of using my time to do other stuff. It's just like this video, it's actually supposed to go up, I think like 2 days ago, and it's just now going up, and that's adding the 2 days to where it was supposed to go up, in addition to when it actually uploads to my channel. So yeah, I've been kind of using my time for other stuff. I don't apologize for it. I mean, I'm sorry that the channel has suffered for it. I really do enjoy, making content, but it's just like life, man. Outside of Dark Souls, it's just much more fun. And Dark Souls is fun too. Again, I'm not trying to say that, oh man, I didn't think I would run into another cheater like back to back, but here we go. There we go. Call him a speed hacker. Now I kind of woo, he's so fast. They're like I would play that song, but it's just like I'm not editing it like that. Like I don't care enough. Like this guy, like don't get me wrong, it's funny. Oh, and that's another thing too. There's sort of like this brotherhood that seems to be a thing that I have, or when people have Farron Greatsword like me, and I didn't get any of that on tape, but yeah, there's like this brotherhood where it's just like they know what I'm gonna do and then they do it right after. So I always thought that was pretty cool. But it seems like even if they're an invader, like we'll both kind of just stare each other down before we do anything, but we'll fight anybody but each other. Except for that one guy. That one guy you saw, like, I don't think he knows what's up. Like, he's weird. Yeah, I think those throwing daggers, he set them up to heal you. So his bandit's knife does damage, and the throwing daggers heal you. I guess so he can toy around with you forever. That's what he's trying to do. That just looks so funny. Yeah, it's just like, now I don't care, man. It's just like, whatever. Like before, I'd have made a big deal about it. But, nah. I don't even think I would have made a big deal. I just would have been kind of just disappointed. Like, oops. Yeah, I could have parried him. So that's one of the animations I've seen. Like I've seen one where they kind of do that one, like the bodybuilder one. I don't think that's a default animation or emoji or whatever you call them. I don't, what I'm talking about. The little, things where you you know what I'm talking about, like like when you do like the hey and all that other stuff. I forgot what they're called. Like they're not called emojis on here. They're called like Not even emoticons. I don't know. There's something, but yeah. I saw one with the crossed arms. I don't know if that's just the animation snatch, like they just took that and then allowed themselves to do it, or if that's the actual like emoji that is in the game but didn't make it into like the final release. So I don't be knowing this stuff, man. I don't use cheat engine and stuff. So I don't be knowing this stuff, man. I just watch other people do it. But man, yeah, like I was saying, it's the wild, wild west out here, man. Yeah, it's feeling like, I mean, I don't see malicious hacks that often anymore. Like a lot of them are actually just amusing, but it's really bad now. Like, I don't even know if it's just because I've been away for a while, but it felt like From Software was taking a stand at one point. And then they kind of just like, you know what, it's too much effort. Because I mean, and this is just within one session. Like I recorded this footage within like, I would say a span of like maybe 2 days on my time off, like kind of gathering footage because I wanted to do 1 hour, of just gameplay with this weapon. So it kind of went together. Like as soon as I had to go do some other stuff, I would come back and then put Dark Souls back on. So I would say near the beginning in the morning, I was running into some of the same people because I think they were still playing from the day before that until I got back. And then of course, it crossed over to the players who usually are playing around the other hours. Not really strange hours, but like, hours that I don't usually play Dark Souls. And I did see a couple familiar faces, but I feel like they're always on this game. Yeah, but aside from all of that, yeah, it's just like within that small sitting, I've encountered so many cheaters, it's like crazy. So, yeah, I don't even really know at this point. It really feels like the Wild Wild West. Now, I think this dude here tried to challenge me, and I was like, nah, bruh. Nah. Oh yeah, and then they're called gestures. I just thought about it. So the things that you do when you open a menu, those are gestures. But yeah, this dude tried to challenge me. Like, I'm not sure what he was trying to do. I don't think that's the guy who got lucky though. It might be. I can never remember. It might be that dude who got super lucky. Like, I think this is the one I might have been talking about. Oh yeah, it is him. Okay, so I want you to watch this one. Now this was hilarious because, like, gimmicks, like, gimmicks don't work on me. Like, if you got like this little one-trick pony technique that you use, and you've been like killing tons of people with it, and it's not actual like skill, or just plain lag abuse or whatever, or hacking, like you're gonna get wrecked. Like, yeah, see, boom. I was just like, oh, it's a wrap. Right in the cyclone, and he survives. So that was attempt 1. He almost died. He even clapped. He's like, oh, you almost got me. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. Like, you're dead, buddy. It's like, if you keep doing this. Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, you're definitely done. Yeah. But since I would have figured he would stop. But I guess he's killed way too many victims, so he's really confident in that technique that he was using. But I was just like, all right, go ahead. Oh, I don't know how I got him there, but he must have been trying to do something. But yeah, I'm just like, all right, you're gonna keep doing it. Well, let's play. So that was attempt number 1. I didn't catch him in the cyclone for some reason. And that's fine. I'll totally accept that one. I was just like, I got too eager. I should have stalked him a little bit more and then got him when I thought he was going to try to S this up. So, but I thought he might get caught on a corner or something, because that happens to me so much in this game. I was just like, oh, that corner stair is probably going to catch him, and he's probably going to roll and not go anywhere. Alright, so here we go. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay, so nobody followed me up there. Yeah, I got caught. Yeah, that happens to me a lot. Alright. So, that was just attempt number 1. So we start strategizing a little bit. So I'm just like, man, if you come down here, you're done. Okay. Man, he tears people up with that technique. And I'm just like, sa-sa. Okay. This is attempt number 2. Boom! Missed him. Oh, that was so frustrating. I was just like, I missed him. I missed him. So that was attempt number 2. I was like, this is the luckiest dude on the planet. I don't believe it. Should have used that luck for a lotto ticket, but alright, so that was attempt number 2. Now that is really strange because I noticed that a lot of times plunging attacks are really transcendent, so for that to like not have lingering hitboxes, like I see on every other instance, like I was kind of mad about that. Like I was like, come on, man. Like there's been plenty of times when I was plunging attack and explosively got destroyed when it shouldn't have. I was like, for something that perfect, like I should have hit him, but he was kind of in a roll animation, so it probably just counted as his in his iframes. This guy ruined everything. I think I ended up killing him because of that. I don't remember. Oh, no, no, no. This is where I get wrecked. I forgot about that. I got caught in perseverance. And that's the funny thing, like, I think I just got too comfortable in that fight thinking that I had it in the bag. But yeah, perseverance does not work against the Farron Greatsword. Like, if you're patient and you just kind of count it, like, tick by tick, you're like, okay, it's about to run out. If you can get that first hit even when they're still in perseverance, the animation drags out long enough for you to go ahead and just cancel out, like, the last part of it. Like, you just gotta kind of be patient. Now, of course, doing it during their animation, like, whatever it is they're swinging is gonna knock you out of your weapon art, because I don't think it has a lot of poise or hyper armor. Like, that's one thing I noticed about that Cyclone. Like, you can get knocked out of it pretty easily. But that's understandable because it is really powerful. So, I mean, it shouldn't be godlike. I completely get it. It's just that, it's just annoying how easily you can be knocked out of it. But yeah, perseverance is sort of like, it sets people up for like failure, man. Like if they get too confident. I kind of feel like if you're going to use perseverance, you should still try to avoid damage. But I can see the concept of trying to trade. But I kind of feel like perseverance is also a good thing to do to kind of create distance, you know? And I never really see people use that. But I guess because of the risk of getting hit when you do it, like, you might as well, like, go all out, you know? But I think it's a good way to have people, well, to keep them from stopping you from doing whatever it is that you're trying to do. So, I don't know. Like, I think about this game a little differently. But then again, I haven't really used perseverance. Like, that's another funny thing. Like, I have yet to use that ever. So I might just be talking trash. But I kind of feel like I'm usually right about stuff when I analyze it. Because I can kind of see how things would work in the context of going up against it. that makes any sense. Because I do a lot of PvP, so I can kind of analyze, you know, how something might work. Like miracles, for example. Like I kind of feel like people don't use those right. You should be alternating between like your weapon and your miracles, and like during usual patterns. Like for example, when you know you're gonna trade with somebody, like that's the rare instance where you can trade with a greatsword. I guess if your faith is high enough and you can close the fight out, like some stuff should just be like pocket techniques, not stuff you just give away for free. Boom, there it is, and there you have it. Yeah, man, nobody's seeing me with this weapon, dude. Like I absolutely love it. But I mean, he was okay. Like I've played against people who have really great miracle builds. Like I really hate that lightning era. You know, that's like a really annoying annoying miracle. And it's like it seems like it's a lot stronger than it used to be too. But I don't know. Like it's tough to say. Oh boy, I think I got completely wrecked here. Yeah, that's what I meant where I said I could just parry a lot of stuff. I could have just parried that and then ended that fight, but like I said, I just need more practice. Oh, and then this fight back here, but yeah, that's how I felt. I was like, peace. I got places to be, and I got beautiful women to go talk to. Later.